welcome back to my YouTube channel. So yes, we are back again with another video, and our video for today is going to be an educational vlog. So we are instructed to do a summary vlog about our works or our plates that we do during the whole semester in our subject art appreciation. So art appreciation is a college level course that focuses on developing students' visual acumen, aesthetic insights, and provide knowledge of the forms and roles of art across time and cultures. So in our video, we will take a glimpse of what's inside in my sketchpad, and along with it, we are given with guide questions that we will answer throughout the video. So without further ado, let's start. So to start off, we have our plate number 1. So plate number 1 is entitled Defining Proportions Using Grid Line Techniques. So before doing this activity, somehow on a planning stage, I find it a bit hard for me because I'm not into drawing. Yes, I admit that I'm not a drawerist, but upon making it with the use of grid lines, I was able to make it and finish it smoothly. So the first thing that I do in doing this activity is, instead of printing one for the reference, I download an app that make grid lines to the photos, then set the grid lines to 5 by 5, and right after I also put a 5 by 5 grid lines into the sketchpad. Then I drew first the easiest one up to the difficult one. So by doing this activity, I learned how to draw literally, and I know how to use and know the importance also of grid lines, especially to beginners like me. So this is plate number 1. So this is the first page and the second page. So next plate, the second plate is entitled Tonal Values. So this activity gives me somewhat a headache. Yes, I find it hard, but on the other side, there is fun also because we just have to brush our pencil back and forth, but it should be controlled because we will not achieve the perfect tone. So the first thing that I do is I practice first on a scratch paper because I'm not a master, I'm not a pro, and also to minimize erasures and errors. After I drew first this rectangular shape, then oh, by the way, our instructor told us to do two tonal value. The first one is the one having sections. This one and this one do not have sections. So the first that I do is I draw the rectangular shape, then I put section so that I can determine each tone. So then I just brush my pencil back and forth, but just like what I said earlier, it should be controllable. It should be controlled, I mean. And I learned by this activity, I know how to, what's the use of shading, what's the perfect tone, and yeah, shading is very important to achieve that perfect tone. This is the plate number 2, tonal value. So third plate is the 4 basic forms with proper shading. So first we have the sphere, and we have here the cube, and the cone, and the cylinder. So this activity for me, it's very satisfying. So this is the same as plate number 2, which is the tonal value, because it also focuses on shading. But the difference of this one is it's in shapes or forms, and is most likely to be a 3-dimensional art, as you can see. First thing that I do is I started doing the shapes or forms, then I just shade it properly, that after it will look like a 3D art. I have learned how to shade properly on which part to be lighten or which part to be darken, and just to look like it's a real one. So this is plate number 3, the 4 basic forms with proper shading. So the fourth plate, so this one is very exciting. So the fourth plate is the self-portrait. Yes, so it is a combination of the previous plate, which is having the drawing techniques, the grid lines, and the proper shading. So by doing this activity, I find it exciting and as well as pressure on the other side. So I'm excited for the result, but pressure with making it because of the overthinking that can I really do it? Will it have just a small resemblance of myself or a small resemblance of the one I use for the reference, or will it be look just like me? So overthinking sucks. But after making it, I'm so satisfied. I'm quite impressed of myself that I was able to do it. I drew myself not completely the same with the one I use as reference, but it have a small resemblance of it. Yes, so first thing that I do is I print one for the reference, then put grid lines into it, and also in the sketchpad I also put grid lines. Then I draw first the shapes or the forms, and then just shade it properly to look like just it's accurate as the same as of the reference. So in this activity, I improved my drawing and I slowly learned how to use drawing techniques, the grid lines and shading in one art. So this is the fourth plate, the self-portrait. So am I proud of myself? So the next plate is the color wheel. Other people may say, including me, that color wheel is just for kids only. Why would we do such thing at this point in life, at this age that we are now in college? But trust me, after doing this activity, I find it helpful. So doing the color wheel is fun and very relaxing and very satisfying when playing with colors and mixing it to achieve the secondary and the tertiary colors. So first thing that I do is I draw a circle, then divide it into sections to determine each color. Then I put first the primary colors, then mix it to achieve the secondary colors and then the tertiary colors. So after doing this activity, have I have come up in mind what's the use of color wheel, why is there a color wheel, why is color wheel needs to teach to people. So and I know what's the use of it, what colors are complement with each other and what colors are not. So it is very helpful, especially for our future life preferences. For example, in painting our house soon, painting an art, or maybe in our OOTD. So we can learn it in color wheel. So this is the color wheel. So next plate is the abstract painting. So this is my abstract painting. It is based on my interpretation of the song Liwanag sa Dilim, and it literally means light in darkness. So this is my abstract painting. So this activity, I find it uplifting and fun. I don't know, but when I do this activity, I find I really enjoyed and feel relaxed at the same time. So first thing that I do here is I search for a song that will really hit me up and analyze its lyrics and deeply think of what the song conveys. Then after I paint what I got from the lyrics of the song, what I've analyzed. So this is it. So this is the result of my analyzation of my critique of the lyrics of the song. So in this activity, my drawing skills improved a lot. Then I found a new discovery of myself that I can paint. Yes, I know it's basic, but it's still painting, so I can paint. And surely, more practice, I will become more prouder of myself. This is my abstract painting. So next plate is all about the photography. So we have the product photography, the architectural, the fashion photography, the portrait, photojournalism, animal photography, sports, and travel photography. So this activity seems interesting and fun because I myself is really into photography. So the first thing that I do is to find the perfect setting, perfect place, perfect person as my subject. Then after many takes, yeah, I take many photos as I can. After choosing the perfect one for each classification of photography, I didn't edit it. I adjust the exposure, the contrast, the brightness, and others. By doing this activity, gives me a lot of realization and learnings that photography is not easy as it is. It has many technical things just to achieve the perfect photos. Through this activity, I learned to understand the photography on a deeper level because in my case, when I do photography, I just capture anything that I see, but this one is more technical, so I understand photography with its technicalities also. I learned how to capture perfectly, how to align my subject perfectly. So that helps a lot, especially for me that I'm really interested into photography. So that's it for photography. So yes, we are done with all our plates, and this time I would like to thank our instructor for giving us these activities because through these activities we are able to explore ourselves more. We are we are able to discover new talents within us. And thank you also, sir, for imparting your knowledge to us. So that is greatly appreciated. So that's the end of our vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please don't forget to smile, and see you in the next one. Bye! Smile. See you.